All the stuff that I've been through, it can make or break you.
I grew up watching my sister play. I tried to shoot like my sister, I want to be left-handed like her. She was good. She was in the 5th grade, 6th grade playing with boys. Watching her was inspiring. And I was always a little brother, just this baby brother running around with the basketball watching my sister play.
I want to be better than my sister. I want that trophy, I want that trophy, she got this.
I come home and have a 20-point game. They come tell me Alexis had 50.
People who know me, they probably think, oh, she joke a lot, she laugh a lot, and she's super caring.
She's a happy little baby. She always grinning. I mean, you can tell she's gonna be sports inclined because anything you put in her hand, she could go with it.
She was a daddy's girl. She got everything she wanted. He took care of her.
She was another reason that made me, just kind of want to live even better life because I knew I had to take care of her. She probably started playing basketball at the age of 4. I just seen that special type, and I just wanted to coach her as hard as I can, and I wanted her to really be the best.
I love to play it, and I would go out there and play it for fun and play hard, and that's because that's what I grew up on with my dad. His thing was to make me play with older kids all the time, and he thought that that was going to make me a better player.
Every time we took her to an event, they wanted to see a birth certificate because they could swear up and down that she can't be this age because she can be in the 6th grade playing with 8th and 9th graders.
I worked for the Boys and Girls Club for like 16 years, and that's where they grew up. You've seen kids from all types of walks. I just got touched by it.
I think that was like just the most memorable and important time in my life because it showed who I was as a person and who my dad was.
He goes out his way for others rather than himself.
I just got up that morning, it was cold. It was raining, and I said, you know what? We're gonna make this move anyway, but I think it's gonna clear up.
I remember everything. We were leaving Midland, and we were on our way because my sister was playing on a team in Dallas, and my dad helped coach. And I remember I was in the front seat, and all the girls were in the back seat.
And then my wife called me, you all right? It's snowing here. I said, yeah, it's snowing here too. I said, I think I'm getting ready to turn around.
And then next thing you know, I hear an oh, and next thing you know, we start crashing. We hit a guardrail to the left. The car flipped over and I flew out the window. And honestly, I don't know how I even survived.
I just remember waking up, I was outside the car, and then I remember seeing Andrew way over there.
I was underneath the car, and Lexi came over to me and asked me was it all right. I couldn't get out the car. I was peeing because Lexi kept telling me, get out, Daddy, get out. I couldn't move. And so I told her to pick my phone up and call her mama.
To see him helpless and not being able to move in that bed, when I saw him, I cried.
You don't never want to see your parents cry, He just broke down and told me, like, I might not be able to walk again.
I wanted him to get up because I seen tubes in him. I've never seen him like that before.
It was hard to take in because it was like, who gonna coach me? What am I supposed to do now?
My dad was this strong, about 6'1", muscular man who always did everything. Never complained. He was always doing stuff for us, worked 3 jobs. It's just, to see him helpless and not being able to move in that bed.
I remember just not being able to get out of bed. When I realized I couldn't do it the way I used to do it, that's probably was my biggest depression. Like I tell everybody, I am so blessed that I'm the one that got hurt instead of the girls, because If any of them kids would have got hurt, I don't know if I'd have been able to, you know, to be able to walk around, because I wouldn't be able to look nobody else and the parents in their eyes if their kids could have been paralyzed.
She never tried to push us. She just let my dad do all the sports, and she just was the mom.
She was more of the glue in the family. She had her job, but also she always supported us at the same time.
She's a full-time mother, she's a full-time caregiver, and she goes to work full-time. And I love her to death. It really got to Lex, you know, at first, because now she didn't have me to turn to. All of a sudden, you're there, but then you're not there.
The years I was growing up is when Duke was really good, and that's when I fell in love with Duke. It wasn't hard until the second year. It was like, okay, I'm a bit far, and they can't make it to all the games. Sitting out for a whole year was difficult and hard, but I took advantage of it and I learned a lot.
It was great being able to come home, being able to go up there every weekend and watch her play. I think that gave me some more life, because at that time I was watching Andrew in high school, and then we'd go watch her on her weekend.
If I was having a bad day, I can go home, be with people that just enjoy me and love me for who I am.
To do that after she done had the ACL tear and be able to continue to make it from that and continue to play, it's a great blessing.
With the 12th pick in the 2017 WNBA draft, the Minnesota Lynx select Alexis Jones from Baylor University.
This is such a special moment. Your whole family's here. Your brother Andrew, who plays for Texas, who's entered the NBA draft. Your dad was paralyzed, driving you to a basketball game in a car accident. And here he gets to watch you get drafted. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot to me. I'm just, I'm happy, and I'm just excited that they get to be here today.
That's probably one of the experiences I will never forget. She worked hard, and the dream came true.
I love her more than anybody else in the world. I love seeing her because of the success and the potential that she has.
Dictating tempo, Jones puts it home. A three for the rookie. That's it. Title number 4 for the Minnesota Lynx dynasty comes with the taste of sweet redemption.
So I started feeling sick kind of after we got back from Australia. We started getting to the season. I started to feel run down, started to feel heavy. It was kind of depressing because I was almost at the peak of my game. I was playing at a high level to make myself a potential draft pick.
I noticed that energy level that he used to have wasn't there. And I looked at his face, I said, man, what's wrong? He said, I'm tired. Tired.
It kind of feels like a dehydrating type of feeling, and it's like you don't want to move, you just want to lay there. And then I start feeling my heart pound very hard. I can feel it coming through my chest.
He's not playing right, he's not breathing right there. So me and his dad was just critiquing his game, you know, and I'm just thinking, is it Carla, something wrong with him? I said, yeah, something's wrong with him. I said, you know, you can just tell.
At first, they thought that I had a viral infection. They thought I probably had the flu. I'm just gonna get some Theraflu and I'll be good in a week. But it didn't get better. I went and got blood work done, and she told me it was leukemia.
When I got a text from Andrew, I was in Israel. Alexis, I just found out I got cancer. Everything gonna be okay. I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna be straight. And I'm just like,
you don't want to believe it. And I didn't believe it. When my husband called me, I was at work, and he said, they just did, you know, the blood test on Andrew, and that's what he said. He said, got leukemia. I said, no, he don't.
Is he gonna survive? How long has he got? How'd he get it?
See his dream just shattered and how hard he worked. I think I fear the most is him not going to the NBA. And I think that's what, like, I fear, like, because I want it so bad for him, you know? I want you to be able to do everything that you work hard for, you know? And I believe you can, but that's my fear, like, that's what I want.
I just broke down because I'm like, man, I never thought anything like this was going to happen to me. Googling ALL, what is acute lymphoblastic leukemia means. Like, most people out here, cancer, okay, death.
5 years, 6 years, maybe. Like, man, that's all my son got to live. He was on so many antibiotics and he had so many stuff running out of him. And as parents, you know, you don't know what to do.
My mom literally took off work to be there with me. My dad's with me in the hospital. Through everything I went through, they were there with me. And that just brought, especially me and my mom and dad, they brought us closer than ever.
It was killing her. She couldn't concentrate. She called her daddy just every day. She was calling, how's he doing, how's he doing? I'm coming down. We said, well, Alexis, we're trying to get it under control right now. Nope, I'm coming. So of course she came over and this made his day.
I used to call my sister while I was in the restroom. You know what I mean? Because I just go to the restroom and just be in there because I didn't want to be in my bed no more and just FaceTime her.
And then one day he got up and I was in the bathroom because I go in the bathroom with him and I stand right there, you know, make sure he doesn't fall and stuff. Then all of a sudden he was brushing his teeth and he started dancing. So I was like, oh my God, I gotta film him.
Basketball is my life. Basketball is what I do. And that's kind of what keeps me going every day. That's what's making me still fight to this day.
I wanna go shoot basketball. And I was like, Andrew, can you walk, man? And he went down there with all his equipment on him. We took him down there and he just said, if I don't do nothing else, I just wanna shoot, Mama.
I couldn't shoot outside the paint. I couldn't get the ball up to, I ain't have strength. So I was like, okay, if I do this every day, I'm gonna get better. I was released from the hospital February 24th. So after February, March came, I went from 150 to now I'm 160. I play with professional athletes every day. I'm the only one with a PICC line in my arm and medicine going through me and I'm competing.
Seeing them go through it and seeing all the changes and stuff like that, I think it just brought our family together and made us stronger. And seeing him back playing again shows you who he is as a person.
Just a blink of an eye, your whole life changes. And you know, we done had some life-changing situations. And so I'm just blessed that the Lord done gave us a chance to be successful.
Life is never going to be normal, and people don't understand that. I have a son that's cancer, which I know he had that. You never know if it will come back. I have a husband who's paralyzed from the chest down that I do care for. That's never going to go away. It's only going to get worse as we get older. So therefore, you know, all I can do is just have God to give you strength and just keep going. That's all you can do.
When Andrew get better and as Lex continue to grow, my goal next year when I leave here, I told myself I'm gonna probably look for me a part-time job. I'm probably gonna still try to coach, but I'm also trying to just find me something to do every day while I'm coaching too.
I'm starting to embrace being a cancer survivor. It's like, oh, you're Andrew Jones, you play basketball, but you had leukemia and you beat it, and you're continuing to beat it. If I can inspire you just to get up in the morning and attempt to make your life better, then I've done my job. I feel good. I didn't been to the bottom and back. I didn't face death twice. Like, I'm here by a blessing and grace of God.
You've been through a lot. No matter what you've been through, you still manage to just keep pushing away. I think as a little girl, I knew how to just go through problems and just go about my day, you know? You knew how to just fight through all the problems that you've been through, and you worked hard for everything that you've been through today. So just be proud that it all worked out for itself at the end of the day.